I would like to demonstrate you an issue I'm having with my TDV8 Range Rover Sport 2009 at just below 1500 RPM. I am not sure if you can hear that in the video, probably not, but I have a misfire, and it was much worse yesterday. I have used a cleaner that you add to the tank. It was not bad. I would say it is 30% better today, but the problem is still there. And I have been able to make a test in my, and I note that the injector of the cylinder 1 is not working well. So I have been using many cleaners, and the best one I used was one that you don't add to the tank with a full tank, but when your tank is almost empty. I think it is much more concentrated, and the result was also much better. But as I told you, I'm telling you all, the problem has not been fixed. I believe that all other injectors that are not so bad also got a little better. So the overall situation is better than before. But and by the way, I have been afraid that it could be the torque converter, but it's not. A torque converter problem will show you many different symptoms when you are driving, and I don't think it is. What I also have been doing is some procedures to decoke the motor, and I will try to show it in another video. But what I will do today, to the next, I have built a system to make a kind of flush of the high pressure pump and injectors, and I am not sure it will work, but let's see. If it will not work, I will not publish this video. I will not upload the video, and if I upload the video and you are seeing it, it's because it works. So I have also my idea was to use components to build my tool that you can find everywhere. Okay, and during the video I will explain you why. And thank you for watching, and I hope you appreciate this video. Thank you. So as you can see, I'm using the shredder valve that goes to the high pressure pump. I have connected a transparent pipe, so you have to be careful to bleed the air from the pipe before you do it. I have also used a fuel filter to avoid that any dirt goes to the fuel system. This device I have done is just to avoid that air coming from this simple pump goes to the fuel system. So the fuel comes from the pump here, and the pipe that is going to the low pressure line of the car is inside the liquid, so I can ensure that no air is going to the pump, the high pressure pump. Some of you will be asking, I have seen so many high pressure device to be used to make this kind of flushing, but the low pressure fuel line of a Range Rover TDV8 has a very low pressure. I think it is about half bar. It is around 7 psi, 725 I think, and such simple pumps are able to deliver 6 times more pressure. That means around 3 bars, so much more than enough to make this kind of service. So my issue was, of course, to solve my problem and clean the injectors, but I also want to show you that you don't need to buy any expensive device. The only special thing I have to admit, is the adapter that I have bought in eBay, that is special for the Land Rover, for this connection. But I can tell you what I have done. I have downloaded the workshop manual from internet, and I found out the code of the connector. And I will probably write down in my video explaining and giving the device. I'm sure you can find and you can buy it. This device is normally used in a workshop when they want to test the fuel line pressure. Now the motor is running, and I can tell you already the problem I reported before, the misfire at just below 1500 RPM already disappeared. It's a miracle, honestly. And another thing that I want to tell you, don't forget to take the fuse number 1, because this fuse is responsible for the fuel pump that is located in a tank. You have to disconnect, otherwise your pump will start. Another thing that I have also done, I understand many people doing that also think about a return pipe that goes to the injector. Has a return line, and this fuel that is returning goes to a cooler and then back to the tank. What is happening now is that the cleaning or the cleaner that I am using is of course returned to the tank, and probably with some dirt. But I am you know, to get the return line and return to the tank or return to my reservoir I'm using would make everything too complicated, and I don't think it's really necessary to do that. You know, I'm still pumping, trying to keep a little bit pressure, and I tell you, everything is working fantastic. I have to admit, before I started doing that, I was not sure that it would work. And I also will make another video showing how to put a air intake cleaner in these pipes, these two pipes here, and if you do that, you note increase of the quality when you drive. So now I will finish my cleaning process, and look, probably somebody will say I'm doing something very dangerous, and I'm not using high pressure pipes whatsoever, but I really recommend you to think twice before repeating my solution. I'm happy with that, and I will make it probably every second month, because yeah, I will make other videos showing other solutions, and honestly, I have been asking all Land Rover dealers to do exactly what I'm doing now, but I get no help. It's incredible. They are willing to repair your car, but they are not willing to give the right maintenance. I'm very disappointed. So that's the reason I am doing this by myself. Thank you for watching, and I hope you like it very much. There is a final important information that I have to tell you, otherwise you could end up in a problem that you will maybe not know how to solve. When you finish this flush, it could happen, it's also happened to me, that I was not quick enough to stop the motor and some air came into the fuel line. That's not really a big issue. It is very simple to solve. You turn off the car. If you got any air going back to the fuel line that goes to the tank, your car will not start. So how to solve the problem? When you reconnect the fuse number one, the first one here on the left, okay, you connect this here, but you don't open it. You go and turn the key to the first position without starting the car. When you do it, the fuel pump in a tank will already start for a moment. Because the car will not start, the pump will stop. But you have to be quick. You come here and open this. Before doing that, you just build up the pressure from the pump so that fuel or air can return. And then you can observe, because that's the reason I also have used transparent pipes. You can see the air coming out, and as soon as you see that there's no air returning, you just disconnect it, okay, and turn off the switch. After that, you can start the car normally. So it is just about bleeding the air that probably enter in a fuel line. That's not a big issue, as long as you know how to do it. Thank you very much.